Good morning, guys. I'm gonna do a little vlog for you today of my little insight into my day-to-day life, I suppose. It is morning, you can tell, obviously. At this point in prep, it is extremely hard for me to get up from bed because I wake up and everything hurts. But that's just normal. That's just how it feels at this point. It's about 8:30 in the morning now. Straight from bed into my first drink, and now majority of you are gonna be looking at me like, what? But and my first drink is not a coffee. No. I do have coffee in the morning, but my first drink every single morning is actually a glass of water, a pint, with sodium, with salt in it. So as a bodybuilder in prep and that close to prep, I do track my sodium levels every single day. I'm sure you know that. Why am I doing this is because I'm trying to keep things as consistent as possible every single day, right? Because if you, let's say, if I eat more salt one day, obviously the body weight the day after would not be accurate because it would be most likely much higher. So that's why I'm trying to keep every single variable in my day-to-day life as consistent as possible. So when I step on that scale in the morning, I know it's an accurate number. Now, I don't need to make a weight or anything like that. It's just I wanna have the process of being as accurate as possible, basically. So every single day, I measure my sodium, my salt for the day that I will then spread across all my meals. It's 10 grams, so it will be like 2 grams per meal. I eat 5 times a day, but not even that, because my first drink is actually, I'm gonna put 2 grams of salt in this now from what I've just measured out. Put water in a glass and drink this before I have my coffee. Now, why am I doing this? It's a very simple explanation. So I used to do like EAAs back in the day, my first drink. The reason why I do this is because I'm trying to get hydrated before I put caffeine in. There's nothing worse you can do than your first drink in the morning to be caffeine. Like, I love coffee, don't get me wrong, and all I want is to just wake up and have a cup of coffee straight away. But I'm gonna hydrate my body first, and when we talk about hydration is not just water itself, it's actually water and sodium combined. That's what's gonna hydrate your body. So I used to do EAAs before, which obviously got sodium in it and it gives you nice flavor. That was fine, but I don't know, somehow I think I ran out of EAAs, and then for a couple of days I was just putting salt in my water instead. And I even read it somewhere in the research to do this, and you know what, I've really liked it. Like, I'm really looking, I don't want to say I'm looking forward to it, it's a salty water at the end of the day, but I really liked it, so I just stuck to it. So that's my first drink before I have my coffee. So another thing I do every single morning whilst I'm having my salty drink, if you follow me on Instagram, you might have seen me saying that 3,000 steps before coffee. That is a daily non-negotiable, daily target. Can't sit down and chill with my morning coffee until I have done 3,000 steps. And today is disgusting outside. Usually I would go out for a walk, obviously. But if it's disgusting outside, I can't do anything about it. So this is what I need to be doing. And now you also know I do have a walking pad. I do have a walking pad there, but unfortunately I cannot use it at the moment. Let's put it that way, because of some neighbor issues. So this is what I'm doing, right? And when I've got a chilled morning like that, Terry's in London for work, I love to put Everybody Loves Raymond on. It's my favorite series. Old one, obviously, but it just brings my heart peace. So that's what I do. That's how I enjoy my morning, if I can. Not every day is like this. This is an ideal morning for me today, so that's why I decided to record it. I'm gonna go have my coffee now, or check my step count, have my coffee, and we should have an answer from the coach as well to my yesterday check-in, see what's going on, and if we're changing anything more. Made it. You know, I don't know if everyone is the same, people who like coffee, but I literally dream about this moment when I go to bed in the evening. I feel like, oh my god, I can't wait till it's morning and I'm gonna have my cup of coffee. This literally is like getting me excited to go to bed so I can wake up and have a coffee. I try to keep it to 2 coffees maximum a day, proper coffees. Sometimes when I do fancy more, I have a decaf because I don't want to overdo it when it comes to caffeine intake, obviously. So we also had a response from coach. So let's see.
Good morning, and thank you so much for the pictures. We are definitely getting close. I want to see condition come through just a tiny bit more, and then we are going to be completely ready to rock and roll. Now, looking at where you are, definitely a completely different physique coming this time round. So I do think we are exactly where we need to be. Now, realistically, we've probably got about a week of fat loss, which is putting us in a position where we are perfectly on track.
1 more week? Yeah.
And I think the throat shot now is completely transformed, especially now because we've got so much more glue. Now the energy is going to be a little bit less now, especially now with, push things forward. But look, it's something that's expected now, right? And
so that's what I mentioned in my check-in, right? This is my steps went up and the food dropped a little bit. I do feel a shift in my energy levels, but it's not a complaint. It's just something that is normal, right? But obviously my job as a client is to relay feedback to my coach as best as I can, just so he knows everything. So I wasn't complaining about it. I was just saying I do feel the difference in my training sessions. It is becoming much harder to, hit my numbers and stay on top of things. I did need to adjust a few loads this week just because, and I'm actually pretty proud of myself of doing that, because a few years ago I would have this mindset that I need to, keep my strength, and I need to run with the same loads as I was at the beginning of the prep, let's say, because if my strength starts dropping, then I'm losing muscle. That was what I was always thinking, which is not necessarily the case, because it's always, as a coach reminds me always, weight moves weight, right? So I can't expect to move the same loads that I was lifting when I was 8 kilos heavier than I'm lifting now. So just doesn't make sense. And me trying to move the same load just for the sake of moving the same load may result in me not engaging the muscle the way it should be engaged. So that's what I was talking about in my check-in as a feedback, that I did see the shift in energy, needed to adjust a few lifts to make sure that I'm creating proper quality reps and proper quality stimulus on the muscle still. So
realistically, it's just going to be a case of a hard week and a half to get through, and then it's time to peak. So,
and even this energy shift, listen, is absolutely nothing comparing to how my prep was, let's say, 2 years ago. This is an absolute heaven. Like, I can't express it more than I'm already expressing it. I've expressed it on Instagram multiple times. I'm talking about it now. The way this prep is just day and night, and I do think it's because I had a really productive and successful off season, and I do think it's because I have managed to build much more muscle. So obviously the more muscle you have, the easier it is, not easy but easier it is to get lean and get in shape, because you're holding more muscle. And I think that is the reason for this prep being the way it is.
Just a little bit more to go now, and it's time to rock and roll. From here on, I want pictures and weight Monday, Wednesday, Friday, please. And then updates with body weight daily.
Okay, so I'll be checking in 3 times a week now by the looks of it, which is all good with me. Just staying on top of things. My body reacts very quickly, and it has been very, very smooth. You know, another thing that I think is a big part of my body doing what it's supposed to be doing, and it just has been really smooth part. It's not just the thing that my off season was smooth and productive and I stay on top of the things, but it's also what's going on in here. I think that makes a huge difference, and I say that to my clients all the time. If your mind doesn't go first, your body won't follow. So it's your mind that leads things, your body follows. So if your mind is happy and in a good place, I think it's much, much easier to get your body to where you want to go, literally. So honestly, absolute heaven, this prep. This is freaking great. I'm excited, very excited. This is me post-workout. I've literally contemplated my life in between every single set today. The only thing that got me through was the thought of my post-workout sticky toffee cream of rice. It'll be like that sometimes. This is how the end of prep looks like. To be honest, I would seriously question it. If I didn't feel like this, I would question if I'm even ready. Me feeling like this for the past, I think this is the 2nd week now since my food drop. This is just, it reassures me that we are on the right track and that I'm gonna be ready. I've had an amazing run. This is not a complaint. This is just me showing you that it is like that. It gets like that, you know, towards the end of the prep. So the plan was to do some footage for you from my workout today. I didn't have an energy to do that. I've done it though. It's all done. I'm gonna chill for the rest of the day now. Well, I'm not gonna chill because I still got probably 10,000 steps to do left, which is not ideal, but it's steps, so I can just walk. It's fine. We're almost there, guys. 2 weeks out. I just need to survive this part, get through it the best I can, and then we're ready. That phase in full swing. Rolling. The workout looked, it was glutes today, so a little bit more isolation than just, you know, legs or whatever. We have done kickbacks with a slow across tempo, so I've got like, you know, all different tempos, so I might have the same exercise but the tempo is different. So we've done kickbacks, slow across, we've done abductors, slow across, meaning constant tension, nice and slow on the way there, on the way on the way in, on the way out. I have done glue drive, obviously, which was like a middle rep range, 10 to 12. I have done one set of RDLs, which I swapped today from a free bar to a Smith machine because I couldn't handle the instability today of the free bar. So I needed a little bit of help. So one set only at the end of the workout, and I have done a heavy Smith machine kickback, 8 to 10. So that was it. We're almost there. This is the finish line. It's normal to feel like this. So I just wanted to update you. We are 2 weeks out. It's coming quick. And I can't wait. I am not gonna be competing in Europe. We are going America, baby. That's exciting, but if I let myself to think about it too long, it gets my stress levels and anxiety up proper. So I try not to think about it. I am excited about it, but I am just like a normal person, obviously getting stressed about stuff, especially if I've never done anything like that, and that is outside of my comfort zone. But beautiful things happen outside of the comfort zone, as I say. So America, baby, and I will definitely be vlogging it to keep you updated. It will be an absolute ride. Can't wait.